Hello, video 3. Now this is going to be on negative and positive shapes. So as you can see here, this is one I've done before. This was sort of based on an autumn kind of theme, so I've got nice leaves going on in the autumn colours. What I've done here is I've actually done the background, and I've coloured in the background with using watercolours, and then I've gone over the top with crayon. Now you can do this with watercolours, you can colour in the background with pencils, textures if you like, whatever you wish, and you don't have to do the autumn colours, but I just thought that since it's autumn that we might do something autumny. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, first of all, negative and positive shapes. So the negative is what's around the actual object. So the object here is a leaf, and the leaf is the positive shape, and we're looking at basically bringing the positive from colouring in around the negative. All right, so I'm going to get a other piece of paper that I started from previously. So this is on special watercolor paper. Now, if you use just cartridge paper, it won't work as well, but it's still in the terms of the wet on wet technique, but we can still have a go and you can have a look. Now, what I'm using is these watercolor pans. There are ones which are with white around the edge and with black around the edge. Now, the black ones are a little bit less potent in color, I would say. So the white ones are really, really strong. They're more like an ink. But I'm going to just use these today. Do I have any other colors? That should do. So I've got my water, got my paintbrush. Now the paintbrushes, which are a little bit soft rather than the bristle brushes, which are a bit harder, they will hold a lot more water and work better with the watercolors. So what I'm doing in this situation is I'm wetting the paper first. And then I'm getting my colors. I'm creating a well, and I'm letting the paint run. And what happens is when the paint goes onto the area where there is water, it moves to where the water is. So if I do this and I do it on a piece of area where there's no water, it doesn't seem to move. So that's what happens here. So you can actually, if you miss a spot, you just grab your wet paintbrush, but you got to make sure it's nice and clean. So every now and then you might need to get a new fresh water. So I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to try the yellow now. Yeah, see, there's a little bit fainter. You can do a faint version, or you can just get heaps more paint on your paintbrush. There we go. Try a different color. See how this orange goes. There we go. All right, so you get the picture. So this is what you're going to do to the whole of the background. Now you can do this on whatever size of paper you like. But then what you have to do is you have to put it somewhere to dry before you start the next process. So if you have a hairdryer, it might work, or you can just put it in the sun. All right, so what I'll do is I'll go back to the one that I had before. Now, as you can see, the different leaves. What I did, I actually went out into the garden and collected some leaves so I can actually see the shapes, the different shapes. And you can actually also see the little lines in the leaves as well that you could put in here as well if you wish, or you can just leave the actual shape by itself. So you got lots of different types of shapes. And obviously you can look online to see the different kind of leaf shapes you can get as well. So you've got a nice heart-shaped one here, another one here. All right, so then what you do once you have this area painted and finished, I still need to do here. What I did here was I got a crayon, and I don't actually have any in front of me right now. And I started doing the different leaf shapes. So for example here I might do another gum leaf shape. And then what you want to do is you want to colour in around it. I'm going to get a blue. Not inside, but around it. And you're leaving. So this is using texta, so it does actually get rid of some of the watercolor underneath. So you might want to leave, if you do texta, you might want to leave some of it coming through with not making the marks too close. Or you can, of course, get a pencil, and that will show the watercolor underneath a bit better. And if you wish, like I said here, you can actually put some of the veins in. Okay, another way that you could do it is you could do it with pencils, so if you don't have watercolor. Now what I've done is I've actually, from a previous art project, I've got a whole lot of pencil shavings there. I'm actually going to just pick those up and start doing a nice soft background of color. Get some more. Or of course, if you want, you can just gently, I'm using the side of my pencil, colour in. Totally up to you. And once that's done, you can get your other colours. You can have some of it coming off the page. And you can even make this darker with these pencils again. Many options. All right, I'll leave it there. Happy days.